Welcome back to the Coronation Behind the Craft, the platform dedicated to documenting the stories, struggles, and elevation of independent creators. I'm your host, Jeda Sky, the Indie Ally. And today's guest is an artist whose music is resonating because it speaks to emotion in a way people can actually feel. At a time when so much music is focused on performance, his record, Set With It, connected through honesty. And when authenticity meets timing, the internet responds. What started as a song turned into a viral conversation. But behind every viral moment is still a real person. Real pressure, real emotion, real expectations. Today, we step into the craft of ME. So welcome to Behind the Craft, ME. How you doing today?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm
Oh,
doing good. You?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So look, you've been making a lot of noise. Like you're just like everywhere. Everywhere I turn, I see you popping up. So I had to reach out to you and bring you on the
I
platform.
appreciate it.
Of
Appreciate it.
course, of course. So we're gonna just kind of like jump into it, and I just want to kind of like tap into before the viral moments, like before people started like reposting your music online, and before all of that. What originally made you start creating music?
I think for me is it was really simple. Uh, Again, I could write a book about how I started, but I was born and raised in Nigeria, so I just had a gravitation towards anything melodic. So there's a story I always tell when my mom, back in the day, when we had VCRs, but there was a little machine that rewinded those VCRs. And I don't know if they did it here, but back home, the indicator to let you know that it stopped rewinding was a song, but it would be
Oh,
Beethoven, like da 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 da. So I just love that song. That was literally the first ever since the first time I could comprehend anything, whether it was just simple basic understanding or music or whatever. That was the first song I sat with. And then when we moved to America, my mom bought me a piano for my birthday, and I literally that was the first song that came to my head, and I started playing it on the piano,
oh
and
wow.
then followed by the first major album I listened to for the first time, which was Tank.
Okay.
So literally, Tank is literally the reason why I started, because I wanted to emulate him, I wanted to sound like him, I wanted to be him. I loved everything about his music, and he inspired me so much, and yeah, so.
I mean, what Tank is the man.
Yeah, I mean,
He's the man.
they call him the general, so but so he was a huge impact before the viral moments, before anything. I heard "Please Don't Go" for the first time, and I literally just started singing with, just vibing with it, and next thing you know, I'm like, I can really sing, and that's literally how it started.
That's dope. And shout out to mom too for for
Yes.
noticing your creativity and getting you that
She
piano.
didn't notice.
She didn't?
It was just something that she.
No shout out for mom?
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I love mom. Mom loves me, but it was one of those coincidental moments.
Yeah.
But it was orchestrated by God. I felt like she was the vessel at the
He
time
used her.
that He used.
Yeah.
Because even now, when we have those discussions, it's like, "Mommy, did you remember when you?" It's like, I don't know. I don't know what piano did So it was, but when she gets like, I'm like, okay, never mind. But anyway,
And you
you
know
bought
what?
me a piano, so.
That makes more sense, and you know what? That's really true. Like she could have just been it's just an intuition. She just got it, and like you said, it was orchestrated by God. And
Yeah.
hey, this is what
And
He
she was
needs.
always at the market, like,
Yeah.
because she owned a restaurant
Okay.
back in the day. And anytime she would go buy some food, she would go into this huge market, and it's a whole lot of things from electronics to toys to this to that. So she saw it. She thought I may like it. I may like it, and lo and behold.
That's what's up. And
So
again, shout out to mom.
shout out to mom.
For
Shout out
sure,
to
for
mom.
sure. So now let's kind of like tap into the emotion behind "Sat With It."
Okay.
So "Sat With It," and that's if you guys don't know, "Sat With It" is a phenomenal body of work,
Thank
and
you.
it's going viral everywhere. And if you haven't noticed it yet, y'all go sit with it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. Literally sit with it.
But Sat with it, connected with a lot of people emotionally.
Yes.
What space were you in mentally or emotionally when you started to create the record?
That record. Um, I was in a moment where there's a term I use now: quick to restrain, slow to act, basically. Um, Back in the day, well, not really back in the day, but up until recently, I was the opposite of that. I would react first, basically shoot first, ask questions later. And some decisions that I made during those process, I learned to live with it because I've made it out of irrationality or basic emotion. And then but then I sit with it after, and I'm like, okay, I stand by that, or damn, why did I do this?
Yeah.
But I was at a time in my life where I needed to make a lot of emotional decisions, but I needed help. I needed mental help. I needed help from above. And one day I was just praying and I was like, I need to really think about these decisions before I go ahead and do it. And that means, cut myself off from people that I thought supported me, even in crazy time in my life where I needed them and they weren't there. Or just industry stuff,
Yeah.
dealing with people who I thought had my back, or just dealing with stuff that I've came out from, but every day it haunts me
Yeah.
through dreams or through my actions with new people. So when I was coming up with the album, I was like, I need to find a way to be quick, to be restraint, to have restraint, and slow to acting out any
Yeah.
sort of emotion. And the word "sat with it" just came up. And funny enough, it wasn't supposed to be the single because, I had a huge health scare and came home, and that was a pivotal moment because I was like, let me just get back in this music thing because I've had so many pivotal moments and just never got back into music. And then this was different because got in the studio and I was like, let me just do content. I'm gonna do a 3-part series of like how I wrote the song, explain my process, my writing process, and then on the third series, I would put out the song. And if people like it, they like it. If not, they not. And it's cool. And that's how I had already did 2 songs. And people loved it. But when I did sat with it, on the third time I did the in studio performance, and I woke up the next day, it was like 4,000 follows, and I went to my wife and I was like, "This is crazy." She looked at it, she couldn't believe it, like I was looking. I'm like, so they chose the single, not I, not her, not anybody. So yeah,
That's so deep. Um, and I just kind of like want to circle back around to the way that you said, uh, it's basically like God used you. It's a message that needed to be heard amongst the masses, especially right now
yeah,
with the climate of everything. It's a lot of things that are happening based off of emotions. Even though our emotions are valid, emotions can really put us in bad situations because, like you were saying,
oh yeah,
you're making permanent decisions off of temporary
temporary
feelings.
feelings. Yep.
So for you to make a song like this right now and it just takes off the way that
Yeah,
it did. It was perfect time and it was
yeah,
needed. It's a message that's needed. So
yeah.
congratulations
Thank
on
you,
being the messenger.
thank you. It took so much weight off of my shoulders because when it comes to songwriting, I like to think of myself as a prolific songwriter. I can songwrite the hell out of a song. But when it comes time to express myself, if it's not melodically, it's very hard for me to do. It was also a point in my time where I was like, "You want me to tell you how I feel? Okay, cool. Give me a second. Let me go in the studio and come back." And it'll literally be the perfect exemplification of how I'm feeling in the song that I was writing.
Yeah.
But this one hit different because it was again, it was such a big moment in my life, and I needed to find a way to. My first song had to be strong, had to be deep, had to be big. So, but I just never thought it would be sat with it. I just never thought it was a single. And just this is me putting any sort of A&R hat on. Like I'm like this don't sound like it, but it goes to show that sometimes you don't pick and choose what song
Yeah.
becomes a hit. So we literally let the people decide, and they did.
So I just wanted to just kind of like still touch on the fact that it really brought something out when you put that song out. So by it going viral the way it did, and you going viral, it can really change an artist's life.
Yes.
So what was it like seeing the song starting to go viral, like in real time? Like what were those emotions that you were processing?
I'm not gonna lie. I was. Can you curse on this thing?
Yeah, you crazy.
I was a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's emotional.
Yeah.
Again, I've never like just think about it like I've been trying to put out a song or a single or album for the past 20 years. 20 years of being in the industry as a songwriter. I've written songs for people, hence my 2 Grammy nominations. So those moments felt special, they felt great, but it didn't feel as deeply rooted emotionally when I wake up one morning and I look at Spotify and I'm looking at 100,000 streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looking at my follows at 2,000 and this and my Instagram. As of February, I was at 9,000 followers, and now I'm sitting at almost 23,000 followers. And every day I get messages upon messages and DMs. And I told my wife, I said, I'm trying to respond to all of them. I will respond to all of them because I want to be that artist,
person, yeah.
especially if you're putting out songs like that,
You
that
build a
is
community.
personal.
You build a community.
You have to talk to your fans. And I want to be that type of artist that have close relationship. But waking up, I still get that feeling today when I wake up and I'm like, man, I got a song out that is literally, people don't even care how they look or how they sound when they send me messages of how she wanted to fight her boyfriend because he was cheating on her, blah, blah, blah. But right on the verge of doing it, she heard my song and she put that thing back down. I'm like, my song did that?
That is phenomenal.
You know what I'm saying? So I was crying in front of my wife. She was like, oh, baby, it's going to be okay. I'm like, I don't know how long, I can hold this, but it's a feel-good moment. And it's sort of a cleansing thing too, because I hold so much baggage when it comes to emotional distress and resentment and anger, and I'm such a perfect artist for this song. So it's like when I did the song, there was a release, but when I see the reception of the song, it's like you went to the bathroom and everything just flushes out, and you come out like, whoo!
You're like, oh my goodness.
This feels good, and
it.
it still does feel good, and it will always feel good.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you for this. It's years in the making. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is that now that when people see you, they're gonna think like as you start to progress in your music career, it's gonna be like people gonna think overnight success. Baby, this is not an overnight success. No overnight success is ever overnight success. It's always usually 10 plus years.
That you
in the
just
making.
don't see.
You just don't know them yet.
See,
They seem overnight to you because you don't know them.
Yes, and I'm okay with that.
But it's,
you know what I'm saying?
You have such deep. It's like you dig deep with this, and it's so crazy because a lot of artists are pressured trying to go viral.
Yes.
And the reason that this song went viral because it was genuine.
Yes.
It was genuine and it was honest.
Yes.
So
Very
with that
honest.
being said, I would like to ask, how important is it to you as a songwriter? Because we know songwriters, you guys create stories. But how important is it to you to be completely honest and vulnerable within your songwriting process?
I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Well, we definitely know that.
So I'm definitely gonna stick to that. You know what I'm saying? It's literally as simple as that. We didn't choose anything. The people chose it. So if you're looking at it from a systematic point of view, I have to continue on that same template to continue to speak to the masses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the new song Plan B, at the end of the day, like I am a conceptual storyteller.
Got it.
When it comes to my songwriting, I write concept. I don't if I'm writing for other artists, I may create a concept because I studied the artist, and I'm like, okay, well, if this person is supposed to sing this type of song, this is what I would write for them. But for me, I write literally what I've lived or what I'm currently living. Obviously, some of them may some of them may have slightly details that I actually thought my wife would be uncomfortable with, like old relationships or stuff like that. And but she was just graceful enough to, you're an artist. You need to tell your story. So I started with being true to my art.
Got it.
I am true to my art, and I'm always going to continue to be true to my art. Now, I've had labels, other people, reach out, and it's like, well, we're going to make this, we're going to do. I'm like, that's great, but let me come out first. Like, let me tell my stories first, and then we could consider. Probably not going to happen, but you still have to put yourself out there so that you're not just relatable to the people who are looking for that type of story, but to the other people too. Like, I still want to do, those other type of songs. But I got so much to tell on this side. Let me do that first, and then I'll be neutral or whatever. But when I'm neutral, I'm still gonna be true to that.
Yeah. I feel that. I also think that it's a way for you to do both. Two things can be true at once.
Right.
Like when it comes to you and your artistry per se, you be authentically you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you are a songwriter, you can tap into those other
Exactly.
situations for songwriting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And those other worlds that you are very privy to create because that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that what you're doing now is perfect for you, and it's why you're moving the way that you're moving because you are being you, and that is what's gonna resonate and set you apart. Is because nobody else can be me. Nobody can out me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
And ME is literally my first and last name.
and that is like, so it's so dope. It's just like it's symbolism all the way around. And in this world of creativity, when we sit back and we look at it, you like, the signs are there.
Exactly.
The signs are there, and the time is now. So I kind of just want to go back into being emotional. So a lot of artists they create from pain, but they don't really always know how to process it outside of the music. So how do you personally handle your emotional pressures while creating outside of music?
Outside music, therapy.
Say it again. Please say it again. Say it again. Please, beautiful, strong black man.
Therapy. I'm actively having therapy sessions at least once or twice a week. So again,
That couldn't have been better. We couldn't have wrote this better for that to come out, because this is the.
Because every day, because I don't believe in the concept of when a month come by, one day in a month is considered mental awareness day. No, I think every day is mental awareness.
Same.
Every day you wake up, you have to be mentally aware on how to act, speak, believe, and just move, regardless. So yeah, that's it. Like, I never believed in therapy, but there's some things that I'm actually implementing in my life now outside of music that will just give me a strong template on how to move as a man, and also the man that my wife sees me to be. Because that's literally who I'm worried about. I ain't worried about nobody else but my wife.
No, that is right.
So, but I have to, because otherwise I would have acted on doing things that my head told me to do or keeps telling me to do, and I wouldn't even be here. I would never have made outside with it. I would never have been patient enough to know that this day would come, or that day would come where people actually receiving my music in the way that I intended for them to. So, yeah. Therapy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, and I'm saying that, I know, and that's not to be cliche. That's really, for real, congratulations to you, because you have to admit that a lot of times the way that a lot of us were brought up, like we all thought therapy was a bad thing. It was like the elephant in the room. Like nobody went to therapy. They just buried everything inside, and it's just like, no, that's not how we deal with
And
it.
I could
It's
have
not.
sworn I was good at it too.
Yeah, you thought you were
Nah,
until it just started bubbling over, or some small thing that just blew
changes
you. It
everything.
just it was
Exactly.
the straw that brought the camel's back. Like you like, man. So therapy is necessary for everybody,
Everyone.
and
Everyone.
not to get. And it's not necessary for you to get better for others. It's necessary for you to get better
Yourself.
for you. So I'm so happy that you said that. And to anybody watching this interview, y'all take it serious.
Yeah.
Therapy is needed. You
And
need
I actually
this.
enjoy my therapy.
Man, it's
At least, because funny enough, I do on some weeks I do 3 therapies a week.
that's dope.
Yeah.
My
So
therapist be
it's
getting at me, boy. She be, if my therapist see this, y'all, she be going in on me. I be telling her that I be telling y'all on her. She don't be believing me. She goes in on
yeah,
me.
yeah, it's important.
Man, so is. So, okay, so let's go back to Sat With It going viral. So people now they're seeing the attention, they're
Okay.
seeing the numbers, but they don't always see the pressure that comes with a person going viral.
Yes.
So, what are some things that people may misunderstand about you now
Now
going viral?
that I pay a videographer retainer to show up anytime that I want it, because I post at least 3 times a day on all platforms. I think that's one of the biggest things. Or they think, or some even think I'm AI.
They think you AI. Y'all, he is not AI.
I,
We here.
and
Hot
you know,
swear he ain't
I,
AI.
I've tried, and this is part of me sitting with it too, because I get so insulted when people say I'm AI, and I go in the comments and and I'm like, sad with it. So it's yeah. So that's another thing that another misconception. But I think the biggest one now is people think that I have a team of people around me, that I have this infinite amount of money that we just pay. Because I have people like, could you send me your guy? Could you do this? Could you do that? I'm like, no. Like, on top of my job, because I still have a job. That's
Right.
another misconception too. I have a job, and then I come home, I record myself, I do all of this. I go in my car, I buy the little tripods. I got like 6 tripods at home. I got like 4 lights. And 1 minute, 2 minute video here and there. I had to learn how to do all these things. So I don't have, literally, the only team I have is my wife, and God bless us, we're starting to build our team as we go. But it's literally just me. From the producing to the mixing to the mastering to the visual content to the editing to the coloring to the posting daily, it's all me. I don't have anybody else. And for the AI situations, like when they do that now, when I sit with it, I'm like, well, thanks. If you're saying it's AI, that means it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the compliment, and hopefully you can come to one of my shows
Facts.
and find out if I'm really AI or not.
Facts. Please come to his shows. You will see he is not AI. But that is so funny that I mean, I can't say I really blame them. I'll blame them for the AI thing, but I don't blame them about thinking that you have a videographer, because the quality of your content is phenomenal. It's really really good content.
Thank you.
So for you to be able to work your job, come home, be a creative, be a producer, mixer, master, videographer, that speaks volume about your character and just how important music is to you.
Yes.
So it's like crazy, because that's another thing that's going to set you apart is your work ethic.
Yes.
Everybody can't do this. This ain't for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for
No,
everybody,
it's not.
because you got to
It's
put
not.
in way more
No,
in the
it's not.
beginning before you
I
start
was
seeing
sleeping on
that.
when I was working on the album was done, by the way. But when I was working on that, I was downstairs sleeping on the couch. Because I had to, after I was done with this track, I'd rest my voice. Sometimes I'd be overnight. I'll sleep on the couch because the couch is next to the studio. And then wake up the next morning, go right back in.
That was dope.
I was, it was for that 2 weeks straight, under that 2 weeks, I was never upstairs with my wife. And she understood, you know. So it was grind time. She would just come down, notice me on the couch. If I didn't have covers on, she would just cover me up. And then 5, 6 o'clock, I wake up, go back in the studio, repeat cycle for the past, for at least a week and a half. So yeah, it was grind time. And that's the work that I never even knew that I had, you know. So everything just changed. It was like a button that just flicked and everything just turned on.
And
So
the light switch went
yeah,
off.
something just went
and
off.
now you in that mode.
Yeah.
You in beast mode now.
Yeah.
Shout out to wifey too.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
to wifey because it's
Great
like
support.
support will make or break you.
Yeah, trust me.
Especially when you in love with that
Trust me.
person. Man, it will
Trust me.
make or break you. So having that supportive partner,
Yeah,
it really makes the load a lot
changes
lighter.
everything.
It does, because you having to defend your art against the person that you're in love with. That shit crazy. So to have somebody that see you and they see your art and they say, "Baby, where can I help?"
Yeah.
That right there, man, that's how I got locked down now. Shit. Damn. I'm on lock.
I'm happy I'm locked. I would gladly say that I'm happy on being on lock. So
Man, I feel
yeah, it's a
you
great
on
feeling. I can't
best
trade
feeling
it
ever.
for anything. So
Man, you can't trade it out. You wouldn't even think about who else. I couldn't even think of nobody else that would deserve what I know that I have coming outside of my fiance. Like, don't nobody else even deserve what she
Right,
about to get.
exactly.
She's spoiled already. So
Exactly.
I understand the feeling,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because it's like they put in, they pour in. So,
but it's so effortless. Like
It's
the
so
ones
effortless.
the ones that support you, they do it so effortlessly,
they do.
and you're like, you sure you want to do that?
Like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you like, why not?
Question her. You're
I'm
like,
like,
you-
I wouldn't do that for me. I wouldn't even do that for me, but you did that. So it's like so much pressure, and it's like, because I'm sure you understand. You know, I don't know your personal life, but I'm sure you've been around people who all they live by is from the validation of others. And then when they finally get to that space of like, I got one here that all the validation I need is right here.
Right there.
I don't care about anything else. And I never used to understand why people say that. I never used to understand how. Like, what place do you get to where you start using words like that?
Yep.
And then God was like, all right,
All
all right.
He said, I got
And
you.
then, yeah.
He said, I got you. Don't worry about it.
And then he showed it to me, and I was like, okay, I feel it. And just everything just, yeah.
Man, it's a
I think
beautiful
differently. I walk different. I move different. I pray different. I see different. I do everything different. And I'm happy that I do.
That is beautiful, and I'm so excited to be coming up to the club. Like I ain't got all the way in y'all club yet, but I'm on the way, and I feel you.
But you already know though, so everything else is just writing on a paper. So, but you already know. That's why you asked him to marry you. So, you know what I'm saying? But you already know, so you're already living it.
It definitely. You got me over here grinning. Hold on. Like I'm like, we done got a little bit off topic, but it's like it's just a beautiful thing,
is.
man.
It is.
So,
in today's world, it is.
man.
It is. Because what I see every day, it is, man. I'm telling you, like we're like the last breed of people that will find meaningful relationships. Anything outside of this, I don't know like from what I'm saying,
I be feeling
I don't
bad
know.
for folks.
I don't know. I don't want to say too much.
We ain't say
I'm a
too-
new
that's
artist.
that's
I
a
don't
whole
want to say
nother
nothing out there,
podcast.
but I don't know.
No, I mean, but your music speaks it though. Like everything that you're saying, it's on brand with what you are and how you are and the type and your character.
Thank you.
So you're not saying nothing negative. You ain't saying nothing bad, but it's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
y'all.
it's
We
a
could
whole
go-
nother topic,
We could
yeah.
go. Look, we're gonna bring you back and talk about
I would
that.
love to come back.
We'll
No
come
problem.
back and talk about that. But let's go ahead. But now that you have all eyes on you, and everybody's like they're expecting something next, what do you want people to truly understand about you, ME, moving forward?
That I will always be a hungry artist. Like I will always be a storyteller. that I'll always be true to my work, and I'm always ready to work. I care about good relationships. I care about good people. I'm a human being first before I'm a songwriter, before I'm an artist. So I care about feelings. I care about how my personality is being portrayed. I care about how what I do affects the next person. Like I said, I'm a human first before I'm an artist. So I want people to understand that I'm a good person. I'm a great person who happens to be blessed with a gift, and I want to use it to the most that I can in a positive and great way, because I started with in a positive and great way, and it's working. Why would I deviate from that?
Exactly.
So I just want to be who I started out to be, and I'm going to do that as long as I have the right team, as long as I have God by my side, as long as I have the right kind of pressure. Because sometimes I might fall off.
Yeah.
I might get burnt out. But as long as I have a good team around me, and sometimes my wife might get burned out, she might get, but as long as there's support, the right kind of support outside of the two of us that can be like, you know what I'm saying? And I think I'm gonna be all right. Again, I've been through, 20 years of, I have a song called DNA, but I said 20 years in the fire, but I don't smell like smoke.
Hey, you better say
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
Bart.
So I've been through the fire. Like Shad Khan said, through the fire, through the wire, through whatever. I've been through it, and I've made it out alive, but I will never hold. I also learned, part of my therapy is learning to forgive, learning to live in peace, learning to walk with grace. So one of the things that people also know about me, I want people to know about me, even if I've worked with them in the past, is that I'm not, yes, you may have did me wrong, but we good. We can still be in a room together. I can, I'm gonna keep my eye on you though.
Right.
But I love you. I still love you. From a distance, but I still love you. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to know that about me, because I have been in certain rooms lately, and people who have had encounters with me in the past, they're like, I don't know if I want to go shake him, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, we could dab hands. It's all good, because again, I have to live my story. I have to live my truth.
Yeah.
And my truth right now is that I've made it from the storm, and I'm a better person because of that. So what you need to know about me is that regardless of what we've been through in the past, you can still come talk to me. You can still be my boy, but I still got to put a guard on and shield on so I don't have to go through what I went through in the past. So
now that's amazing. It's like you forgiven. You forgive. You're just a little cautious. You gotta handle people accordingly.
yes, accordingly.
That's it.
You
That's
treat people
it.
how you meet them.
That's it. It's like you show me who you are. I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
handle it accordingly. It's okay. I'm not mad at you for being
Yeah,
who
it
you
doesn't.
are. Like I'm grateful
Yeah,
for you being.
it don't change
who
who you are. It just changes the circumstances. Because now I got to deal with you. I have to deal with you in a way where you've already shown me, but it doesn't change mine. If I start to react based off that negativity, then I'm falling in the same trap that you are setting in the first place. So I don't want to be that anymore. I'm tired of being that.
Yeah.
It's emotional being that. I'd rather be the right kind of emotional,
Yeah.
not that. So
No, I agree with you 100%. I'd rather be free.
yes,
I just want to
freedom.
be free and able to do what I need to do for me.
Absolutely.
So that's a beautiful perspective to have.
Yep.
So that was actually the last question that I had for you, but now we've made it to a portion of our segment that we call the pour in segment.
The what?
Pour in segment. So this is
Lord
where
Jesus.
He's like, wait a minute. He's like, wait, hold on, what segment y'all talking about? Pour in, y'all. Pour in.
Okay.
So that just means it's like basically where we pour into you as a person.
Okay.
Affirm, things like that. So with that being said, I got a little gift for you.
Thank you so much. All right.
And alrighty, so we're almost over. I'm gonna let you go. Just want to take a little break before we get into y'all performance. So y'all better tune in for his performance too. So, ME, Your story represents something a lot of people are searching for right now: honesty. Not perfection, not pretending, not performance, just honesty. Sat with it, connected because people felt the emotion inside of it. And in today's world, that kind of vulnerability takes courage. Never lose the ability to create from a real place, because trends fade, but emotional connection lasts. You're not just building viral moments, you're building records people emotionally attached to. And I just want to say thank you for being ME.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This is a wonderful segment, y'all. I got one of my new favorite artists here, so make sure you guys tune in for his performance.
Absolutely.
With ME, we're reminded that music becomes powerful when people feel seen inside of it. And ME's story is only beginning. To every independent creator watching this episode, don't underestimate the power of honesty in your art. Sometimes the records that change everything are the ones created from your most real moments. Submit to be a guest on Behind the Craft and follow Thee Coronation for more independent artist stories. I'm Jeda Sky, the Indie Ally, and this is Thee Coronation, Behind the Craft.